Hello people, welcome to my wall of creativity. That's a lie, it only motivates me 10% of the time. Since I'm so bored right now, let's find something to talk about. Welcome to the idea closet. I open the door and talk about whatever comes out here. The list was too inconvenient. I don't want to read it, I want to get piled in crap and reevaluate my life choices. So far the list has given me very unoriginal ideas, which is why I got a closet for that. So let's open it right up and find out the best way to waste 8 minutes. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing today. Super Mario 64, one of the best games of all time. The game has left a huge legacy on gaming that still holds up to this day, and while it has aged, it still defined what 3D gaming was back in 1996 when it released, and still has a huge community today. Speaking of which, the community! Me? Yes, the community! Still going strong today ever since it established its fanbase in 1996. Whether that be speedrunning the game, making movies from the game, remaking the game and suffering Nintendo's wrath, or making ARGs about the game, everyone has a place in it, including ROM hacks. ROM hacks are, in simple words, hacks to a ROM. Basically, you can have Super Mario 64, along with other cartridge-based games, stored as a digital file on your computer called a ROM. You can use a tool to modify the ROM in order to create an abomination. These tools appeared very early on, before 2010. They are Project 64 and Toadstool 64. Project 64 is a free emulator from 2001 to play ROMs on, and since it has a wide range of compatibility and released so early on, a lot of people used and still use this program up to this day. Toadstool 64 is a free program from 2007 to take a normal Mario 64 ROM and change anything in it. You can modify or hack the ROM. This got people into Mario 64 ROM hacks and YouTube videos since you can mutilate Mario's face to make him feel whatever you want. You can modify levels, colors, anything. It has aged and got phased out in 2017, 10 years after it was released and was replaced by better tools. Since both of these tools were free, people were able to use it with the only other thing they needed being a Mario 64 ROM. And with that being easy to get and everyone knowing about this game, everyone and their granddad were making ROM hacks. So let's play some of them. Now I'm not the best completionist, some of these I only got the first star and some of them I can't even play, but here are my opinions so far on them since I am not the best of gamers and since I use a Mac, my worth to the Mario 64 community is basically non-existent, which is why I'm using a plethora of different emulators just to get this working. So turn down the lights, let's get into this. First one up is Super Relicio 64, where everything is Toad. It's so amazing, even my speakers couldn't handle it. So this is Super Relicio 64 in-game. So on first glance you notice everything is Toad. Mario is replaced with Toad, Toad sound effects are blasted in your ears, the environment is Toad, the coins and enemies are Toad, the particles in your face are Toad. This is obnoxious. And I love it. But that's not the only thing they added. It also adds unplayability. In case you haven't noticed, I need to spend $60 more on a controller. Maybe I'll actually get a Nintendo one this time around. You can walk just fine, but once you run, there's almost no going back. You run a little faster than normal, which is a sign, and letting go will make you skid way faster than your top running speed, and you cannot change direction. You might think to jump to control it, but unplayability rule number 2, you can't. Jumping at any time results you in going hyperspeed in whatever direction you jumped in. And unplayability rule number 3, using certain moves will result in teleportation to a random place in the map, depending on certain factors I'm not so certain about. I can't long jump, jump kick, or backflip. Now you may think this is beyond frustrating and not at all worth it, but there is some method to the madness. First of all, you can still ground pound, normally at that. That means when skidding you can instantly jump and ground pound to stop yourself, or ground pound while jumping. Second of all, the jump hyperspeed isn't random. You can use it to your advantage to get across the map. Here I use it to land on the island you usually need a cannon for, and I was able to get a red coin without even beating the first star. Third, running isn't so bad. While running, you can actually run up slopes that you usually can't run up of. You can only do this while running, which means if you stop or jump, you'll slide back down. But that's still a crazy ability. I was able to use it to skip parts of the stage. Now at this point you may be wondering, who is the madman behind this hack and why did he make this abomination that made me break another controller? Introducing Kaze Emanuar. He's a well-known figure in the Mario 64 ROM hacking community and is notably known for SM64 Last Impact, a revamp of the original Mario 64. While he was working on it, people kept badgering him to work faster and dedicate his full time to it rather than dedicate some time on other ROM hacks for fun. So he decided that enough was enough, and he created Releasio and released it in September of 2016 as a response to the people that pissed him off to make them shut up for good. It became a hit on YouTube and even spawned 2 sequels, the third of which made in a similar vein to this one, which is a response to the fans bickering about putting in full ROMs in his downloads instead of just VPS patches. VPS patches are basically just a file that contains only the changes made to Mario 64 without the game itself in the files, so distributing them isn't necessarily illegal. He's still going strong today and making more ROM hacks for the game. His work is very incredible. To admire this man's efforts in making me break my third controller, let's look at another meme hack by this guy. Waluigi's taco stand, inspired by this mock meme circling around the internet. In August of 2018, this ROM hack was born. You know, for fun! The hack consists of Waluigi gambling and falling in debt. A Koopa offers him to work at a taco stand to pay off his rent. Off we go now. So we partake in levels collecting ingredients to serve these people. Yes, cannibalism is allowed. We kill Goombas for meat and feed them to Goombas, though the controls are a bit slippery for my liking and you only need to collect one of each ingredient, which make these levels a breeze once you know where to get them. And you can't even take damage, which makes the levels slightly less of a challenge. This is the ROM hack I got the farthest in. Play this game for yourself, I'm sure you'll like it, and I actually managed to keep it together and not break my controller. What the actual heck? Changing pace, let's take a look at Super Mario Star Road by Skelux around Christmas of 2011. This was made as a sort of sequel to Mario 64, if it ever had one. This has a happy vibe and isn't a meme hack, which will hopefully help me in my mourning process. First impression is that this ROM hack is beautiful. The colors are beautiful, the music is epic, and the levels are nice. Kind of. This may be just me, but after the first start, I just couldn't figure out what to do and was completely scatterbrained. With this being the best ROM hack, I guess this is just me not understanding things. But I just don't know where to go, and having to grind in this one painting 8 whole times just sounds grueling for me. So I broke my 5th controller and only got the first star and left. Well, hopefully this will save us some time because we have 2 more things to look at, one of which is the Super Mario 64 PC port. I have a Mac, which means I can't play it, damn it. So fans decided to decompile Mario 64 in 2020. Decompiling is the process of converting code only understood by a machine back into code readable by a human. This is a near-perfect decompilation, and since it is C code, not only can people know what they're doing when completely modifying the game code, since it is C code, a very common programming language, but it can also be compiled on anything that supports C, including PCs. Not Macs, but Windows, yeah, sure! Wow, this is very convenient since I caused the death of 5 controllers. I'm so looking forward to breaking my keyboard too! Wait, this is only on Windows, I can't play it. Someone did compile it for modern web browsers though. So I played it, and it was really laggy, like unplayable lag. So I can confidently say that this is the exact same as a Mario 64 ROM, but in widescreen. Which is good because it opens up many possibilities, I just don't really find it impressive in itself. We have one last thing to look at, which is Super Mario 64 Plus. This is a fork of the Mario 64 PC port, but with another menu to add enhancements to the game, which again means I can't play it. Damn, looks like I'm not wasting $100 for a third time on another keyboard. From the trailer though, this looks incredible and makes the game not age as badly as it did. The game looks more playable and interesting. Can I break the TV remote? And those are just a small selection. Many people have made their own Mario 64 ROM hacks consisting of texture changes, full level redesigns, incorporating mechanics from other Mario games. The whole trend inspired a Fortnite ROM hack from Kaze himself? Oh wait, it's blocked. The ROM hacking trend spiraled into other games such as Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario 64 DS, and even modern games in the form of mods like Baldi's Basics, Minecraft, Among Us, anything. Nintendo did actually kinda make a ROM hack of Mario 64 of their own in the form of Mario 3D All-Stars. It is Mario 64 with better textures. That's it. No widescreen, no quality of life improvements, nothing. Though it isn't necessarily a modification of the ROM, if you extract the ROM from the game, it's an ordinary Mario 64 ROM without the texture changes. But that's because the textures are stored separately, and the game only applies the textures when the game calls on them, and is not part of the game itself. It's called Lazy Textures, and it perfectly describes Nintendo because this is an ordinary Mario ROM without any modifications to the ROM itself. They didn't even bother to make it widescreen like Mario Sunshine. When I think of ROM hacks, I instantly think of Mario 64 ROM hacks because of how well known it is and how early it started. It sort of defined a generation of people, and that goes for other aspects of Mario 64 too, such as movies and speedrunning. The whole Mario 64 community as a whole is fascinating, and it is impressive to see how they can still breathe life out of this 25-year-old game. I'm still bored though. I broke 5 controllers, not including keyboards. I didn't even finish the ROM hacks I started. Many people have covered lots more than I have today. I'll just go to the idea closet and find another thing to waste 8 more minutes on. Alright, what do you got for me?
No, I'm sorry. How could this happen? I never should have trusted you with my idea. Someone get me out. Help!